Good afternoon. It is Friday, October 11th. It is currently 4:36 in the afternoon, and it is time to get to work. I did a little peek on the apps just a couple minutes ago, and there's quite a bit of surge happening on the old Uber app, which is fantastic. So let's do this. Everything is pretty much the same as last night. The only difference is I tightened up the drop-off and pickup zones to be a little bit more focused on what where I want to be, specifically in the pickup areas, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later. I talked about it yesterday, but I think it's really the key pickup area is going to be on the north side of the event, not the south side of the event, and I'll kind of point that out when we get there. But anyway, that's kind of what's going on. It looks to be promising. Lyft has had a shit ton of surge going on lately in the last hour or so, and Uber as well. So let's hit this and get this thing fired up.
Lyft online.
And as you can see, let me go to Uber because it's going to be difficult. As you can see, look, surge. Amazing.
Uber online.
Lyft has the automatic decline turn on, so if the ride does not meet my parameters, the app will decline it automatically, which is fine. Lyft's their rates have been pretty shitty. So I'm looking for something very specific when it comes to them. Uber, I'm going to be a little bit, I have to look at it before I cancel it, which is fine because the Mystro app will not automatically decline. But same parameters hold, $5 minimum, and everything else is going to be the way that it is. Oh, and Uber is paying $10 per ride for picking people up at the festival. $10 per ride on top of the fare. So it's going to be paying off pretty well if I can crank out a bunch of rides. Probably around 7 o'clock to 11 o'clock is going to be the prime time, I think, for the festival. I just haven't, because last night people were like leaving early when they did
Uber ride for approval.
Well, it's 90 cents.
Uber ride for approval.
Is that going the way I want? No. So we're going to decline that one.
Offer expired.
And the other one was no good anyway. It was 90 cents a mile. Anyway, so that's kind of the plan. So
Uber ride for approval.
There we go. Where's that one going? That one we can do. All right. We got a ride.
Offer expired.
No, it didn't. We're going to go pick up Travis here and make our way down towards downtown, which is where I want to be. So that kind of works out pretty well. So we are off and running. Again, pretty fired up about tonight. I think it's going to be a good night. Even after the festival gets done, I think there's going to still be a bunch of activity downtown, like your typical Friday night stuff going on, which is going to be perfect to kind of continue on after the rush of the festival. So that's the plan. That's what we're doing. Now it's time to execute and make some money. So I'll be back here in a little bit. We're going to go get Travis and get this night started, and I will be back. Alrighty, quick update. Been pretty decent so far. Been pretty busy. Just got done dropping off some guy at a hotel. Funny story, and this just goes to show some people are not the sharpest tool in the shed. And this has happened twice tonight too. I picked up a couple early on. They put in their destination. They put an element into the destination, and it kicks. There's an apartment complex here in the Sacramento area called The Element. And that is like opposite of where these people needed to go, which was to the Element at Sacramento Airport, which is a hotel. So they put in the wrong destination. I'm like halfway there, and they're like, hey, I don't think this is right. So we pull over, figure it out. I get them to the hotel. The dude, let's see what we got.
Uber ride for approval.
We'll do that.
Offer expired.
This is a present day BMAC, and there were some audio issues, as you can see, with that pop-up that came up. So I wanted to finish my little story there about the guy. Anyway, he put in the wrong address to this hotel, and it happened to be the second time that night that this occurred, where I was going to this location called the Element, which is actually an apartment complex in Sacramento, and there's also the Element Sacramento Airport, which is a hotel, and they are on opposite ends of Sacramento. One's up at the north end, the apartment complex is over on the south end, over on the Highway 50 side. So this guy basically made the same mistake as this other couple did earlier in the evening. And I drove him to we got to the apartment complex, and he was like, "This isn't right." And I said, "This is what you put in." He said, "Well, this isn't where I need to go." And I said, "Well, where is it that you need to go?" And he said, "The Element Sacramento Airport." And I said, "I probably should have known that because you're the second person that's done that tonight." We updated the address. I ended up driving him to the other location, and along the way, he says, "Hey, I'll take care of you in the app." I said, "Sure, whatever, okay." But he did throw me a $20 tip at the time when he got out of the car, which I was very appreciative. It's very nice. And then I went on my way. So from there, we continue on for the rest of the night, and we'll pick up the audio here as we move along. So to wrap up the night, again, this is a present day. The audio issues continued on through the rest of the evening, unbeknownst to me. So this is just wrapping up the night. As you can see, I did 23 trips for $266. That's a very decent night. Very happy with that. Overall, it was a good evening. The one thing that I didn't do or wasn't able to do was really take advantage of the surge that came in through Lyft, mainly because I wasn't getting the rides that I wanted out of that time frame when the surge was really at its peak. Sure, I could do some rides that were suboptimal for me. It maybe took me out of my zone. I wouldn't be able to get back, or they were below my dollar per mile threshold, which is really what I don't want to do. So here we're taking a look at the rides for the evening. I'll start scrolling through here so you can see what they are. And then at the end here, I'll throw up the spreadsheet so you can see the overall what the night looked like. But it was a decent night. I did take some rides at the end of the night under $5, which was below what I said I wanted to do. But I was just kind of cleaning up downtown with some time to kill to basically just get some rides in before I headed home. What I was really doing is looking for a ride that was going to pay me to come back home. And I didn't really get one. So I just kind of cleaned up for a while and took advantage of some people hopping around downtown before I got out of there. Anyway, I think you can see here with some of the rides that I did take during the at the end of the concert period were pretty decent, like that $26 ride. That was a great ride. But overall, it was a decent night. I mean, I can't complain. I think there's some things that I could do, could have done better at the time to maximize my time there and maximize what was going on after the festival got done. But overall, not a bad evening. So I'll let this scroll through here for a second, and then we'll throw up the spreadsheet just so you can see. There's a nice ride at $33. That was really good. That was a great ride. So I mean, there were some good rides that came out of this. Anyway, I'm going to let this roll here for a second, and then I'm going to cut it off, and then I'm going to put the spreadsheet up. Anyway, sorry about the audio problems. I'll try to, I think I know in the next video it's fixed, and I know what the issue is, so we'll make sure that doesn't happen before. But in the meantime, thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate all the comments. If there's other, if there's any questions or anything that you have, I would really appreciate it. You can see I didn't do one. See, there comes the audio back in. Nothing. And I would show you on Mystro the activity, but it erases the activity when it resets like this, which means I have to log back in again. It's like the third day in a row that it's done that. And here the audio cuts out. So it's with the Uber app that's making the audio cut out. Anyway, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it.